So, Governor Hogan, so please introduce yourself to our Korean audience.
Well, first of all, thank you all very much for joining us here today in the State House in Annapolis. I'm Governor Larry Hogan. I'm the Governor of Maryland, and I'm very proud to be here with all of you this afternoon.
So I couldn't help but highlight your key leadership moment, but undeniably demonstrate the importance of our relationship in moments of the crisis, the pandemic. So it was during the critical period of the pandemic in 2020, and it was spreading rapidly across the country and in your state. So then your quick response and cooperate work with our government to receive a half million COVID test kits from the lab genomics made a difference in Maryland and compared to other states in the United States. So thank you, Governor Hogan, and the Korean people, thank you for your leadership too. So regarding this determination to procure COVID-19 test kits, so were there any special reason why you select the test kits from Korea at this time?
Well, first of all, we want to thank the people of Korea and Lab Genomics for being really heroes in the pandemic for our state. We had a time when we really needed it. Korea was really leading the world with respect to testing at that point in time, and there was nearly no testing available anywhere in America. And the crisis was affecting us greatly, and our federal government, the president was saying that anybody that wants a test can get a test, but the reality was no governors in America had any tests. And so we reached out. We have such a special relationship with Korea, and my wife being from Korea, the first Korean American first lady in the history of the United States, and I'm a proud Hanguk Sawi, that we reached out to the ambassador, who we said, please, we understand that you have very advanced test kits in Korea, and we'd love to have your help. And so it was several weeks of negotiations. I know, a 13-hour time difference. My wife was speaking in Korean with some of our Korean staff all night long from here with leaders in Korea, with our health department. And it was a tremendous boost to us. And we called it Operation Enduring Friendship because it was part of that, Korea and Maryland bond that we already had. And at that time, they were actually taking planes away from states and sending them somewhere else. So we got a Korea Air passenger plane to fly into BWI, Baltimore Washington International Airport. They never fly there. They fly into Dulles Airport in Virginia. And we met them on the runway with our Maryland National Guard and our Maryland State Police. And I shook the hand of all the pilots and thanked them for bringing those life-saving 500,000 tests to our state at a time when we desperately needed it. So, 감사합니다.
So in your state alone, with more than 70 federal agencies, including the NIH and FDA and National Cancer Center, and as well as one of the largest bio cluster in the United States. So also, I know some name of the multinational companies like AstraZeneca, GSK, and Novavax or something.
Right.
So can you talk about the Maryland Bio Hub for our Korean audience and the future bio companies looking to invest in Maryland, and also what specifically makes Maryland stand out compared to the other bio hubs in the U.S. like Massachusetts or California?
Well, great. Thank you. You already pointed out in your question some of our real strengths. We're a great global gateway into the United States. We're surrounding the nation's capital, right in the heart of the East Coast of the United States, and we have one of the top biohealth clusters in the entire United States, along with Massachusetts and in California, as you mentioned. But as we are the headquarters of the FDA, the NIH, National Cancer Center, places like Johns Hopkins, and we have the University of Maryland Medical Center. We have 2,300 life sciences biohealth companies and nearly 50,000 life science workers. We're the most highly educated workforce in America. And we have that very special bond and relationship between Maryland and Korea. And we've already had some great partnerships in the life sciences with Korean companies doing business with companies in Maryland, bringing some of the great technology and innovation from Korea. And also some Maryland companies who have teamed up and done business with Korean companies as well to work together on advanced manufacturing and life sciences products.
So during your governorships, you had led a couple of trade missions to Korea, and I hear that you are planning the third mission trip to Korea next week. And can you explain to us what this mission is about and what you hope to achieve?
Yes, well, we're very proud of the fact that when I became governor in 2015, I promised the Korean American community in Maryland that my very first trade mission would be to Korea. And we had a wonderful, successful mission where we set up many different MOUs and introductions with companies that I think have been helpful ever since. We went back and did a second mission, and now I'm my last trade mission as governor of Maryland. It's 7 years after the first one, or nearly 8 years after the first one. Will be also to Korea, and which I'm proud of, and it'll be my 7th trade mission. But the third one to Korea, and so we have some great meetings that we're looking forward to. As I mentioned, we're going to be opening a trade office in Korea. We're going to have great meetings with many of the largest companies in Korea. We're honored that the president will be meeting with us, and many of the different business organizations we're going to have a chance to talk with, and we're very excited. And also, in addition to all of that, my wife is very excited. Her 7 brothers and sisters and all of their kids and grandkids we're going to have about 100 people for a family reunion also.
Thank you. So, Governor Hogan, in 242-year history of the Maryland, you are the first true-term Republican governor since the Governor Theodore Roosevelt in 1950. So that means that you have lit your term and limited as governor soon. So I'm sure you know what my question will be. So what is your future plan after you retire from governorship? So does your plan include running for the president in 2024?
Well, there are a lot of people that are encouraging me to consider running. I haven't made that decision yet. Certainly my wife and my family will be involved in helping me make that decision when the time comes. But I just promised I was going to finish my job as governor and stay focused on that. And I have that job until next January. And then after that, there'll be plenty of time to decide. But I'm definitely going to continue to be a voice. I really want to... I care very much about my country, and I'm going to continue to play some kind of role in the future.